This is a demonstration of Exact Rebar, software for estimating and quoting reinforcing steel. In this example we are going to estimate and quote a simple footing. So we will start with this footing here on the right. We'll go Plan, New, Beam Slab Rectangle. We'll click on there and we'll click on the top point. It has our elevation at the bottom, so we'll go next edge, next edge, next edge, till we get the elevation on the right, which is where we want it. From the cross section, the footing depth is 400. Now we have a plan, an elevation, and a cross section. Now we have several tools to draw the cross sections. We can do a box beam, a slab, a T-beam, but this is a one-off, so we'll cancel that and we'll draw the stirrup manually. So we'll click on Stirrups and Transverse Steel. The rebar name was an R10. We can draw the stirrup freely, but the easiest way is to set up a cover of 40 and go auto offset and set up a set of construction lines. So now we will start drawing the stirrup, and we'll just click on the points on the construction line. We need to draw horizontally there, so zooming in and going across there, and this time we'll put in an entry of 750. So now we have our cross section. We can put a bend on that, and so we'll put a bend at the start of 135 degrees, add bend, showing the bend in black. We'll keep that, and now we have our stirrup drawn. Now we need to put in the spacings of the stirrups. So for the first 50 mils there is no spacing, there is no stirrup. And looking down we have a remaining of 7,950, so we'll say for 7,900 the spacing is 400. Now the stirrups are drawn in elevation and plan. Now we'll go to the longitudinal. Now we have 4 D20s, so we will specify a D20. Now we can draw the longitudinal one at a time or by spacing, but the easiest way is to do it as an array. So we'll say draw longitudinal, and we'll start down the bottom and simply draw a diagonal line. And now we have our 4 longitudinal steel. Now we need to extend the longitudinal steel because it only ran as far as the edge of the box, so we'll select the inside ones, which are shown in red in the plan view, and we will trim and extend. We want to trim the start only, and we want to add 80 millimeters. So it's shown just slightly there, and so we'll say keep. And similarly we'll select the other two, and this time we want to extend by 400 the width of the footing. This time it can be seen coming down 400, and we'll go keep. Now there are two ways. We can put in a corner bars if we wanted to, or we could simply bend these bars around the corner. In this case we'll opt to bend the bars around the corner, so we'll select the 4 bars. We'll go add bend. We only want to add a bend to the start. We want it 90 degrees. We want to include the bend and the leg length. And the leg length is 800 millimeters and the unit is millimeters. Click on add bend. And the bend can be seen, and we will go keep. And now we have finished drawing that footing. We can go close. Close again, and the footing can be viewed in plan view. Just as a cross check, we can put that into 3D and view it in 3D. We can view it in color, get a color legend, and we can see that this looks right. We can be satisfied with this, so we will return to the plan. So now we'd like to draw this part of the footing. we haven't got anything to click on there, so we'll do an offset. We'll go construct, offset construction line, and the offset distance is 0, and we'll just click on this line here and click again, and now we have a construction line running down there. So now we go back to plan, new beam slab rectangle again. We click on that point there, and we click on this joining of that construction line. The depth is 400 again. So now we can do it all again, or it's easiest to go back to the save list and we'll pick up area 1. And now it draws all the steel in for us. Now we need to put the stirrups in. And the length is wrong, it says 4650, so this time we need 4600. Now we've added our stirrups. Now it comes to the longitudinal. We need to go trim extend, and we'll click on these ones first because they're the bottom ones, and that's 400, and this time we want to trim and extend both the start and the end. So we'll click on trim and extend, and it can be seen that's what we want. We'll keep it. Similarly, we can click on the others, shown up there in red, and this time we want to extend this by 80 to both start and end, and we'll keep that. Now we've completed that, so we'll go close, and this is what we've done so far. Now there are many ways to do this. The user in this case may elect to do a Z-beam or a Z-beam around the corner. So it's a 1000 millimeters offset there. So we, in this example, will show you how we can do a Z-beam around that corner there. So that is area 2. So we will go to there and we'll click on area 2 and we'll go edit products. So now we have the cross section back again. This time we'll go into a longitudinal steel. It's still D20, and we want to have our 4Z beams, so we'll do them as an array, and we can start here, and we'll just do them just inside so we can see what's going on. So now we have 4 more D20s. So now we will select those 4 D20s, and we will go to insert Z or Z bar. Now we want to do it at the start, we want to go above, we want to do it in plan. The leg length is 800, the angle is 90, and the offset is 1000. So we can apply the Z bars, and here are our Z bars, here they are here, we'll keep those. So now we'll go close, close, and there are our Z bars in place. So we need to put stirrups in this small footing here, so we will select that as per normal, plan, new rectangle, and we will click on that corner there, and click on that corner there. And we'll bring our elevation round to this side. Depth is 400 as before. So as before, we now go to the save beam list, we pick on area 1, we go OK. We select our stirrup, and in this case there's 500 remaining, so we will put our stirrups in. Add stirrups. We still have our longitudinals, but this time we don't want them because they're covered with the Z beam or the Z beam, so we'll just select the longitudinal and hit the delete key. Now the longitudinal have gone. So now that area is complete. So lastly we select 5.5 meter footing, and so we go plan, new beam slab rectangle, click on there, click on there, elevation is right, our depth is right. Again, we pick up area 1. Now the stirrups we need to select, and this time we need 5400. Add stirrups. Now the longitudinal, we need to trim and extend. The bottom ones we need to trim by 80. We can select them up there so we can see what we're doing. We only need to extend at the end. Showing there, that's. And lastly, we need to select the other two. And in this case, the length will be 400. Showing 400, keep. The placing of the rebar is now complete. Now we would like to place the tags on the rebar. We go to the pull down menu, Plan, New, Tag Bar Mark, and we'll say we'll start our tag numbers at 100, and we'll reset the tag marks, and we'll reset the elements. The elements are names for the beams such as TB for top bar, BB for bottom bar, S for stirrup, and hit reset. Now we can optionally write the tags on the drawing. And so here is an example. We have got 1D20, its tag number is 104 and it's a top bar. And we've got 1D20, its tag number is 104 and it's a bottom bar. And 13R10, tag number 108 and it's a stirrup. Before we continue, note that the length of this footing here is 8400. So our stock length of our rebar in the database is 6 meters, is 6000. So we have an overlength rebar here. I'll show later in the report how this is automatically cut and lapped. But before we proceed any further, we'll have a quick look at the 3D. And the concept of the 3D is to give you an overview so you can see that nothing has been missed. Now we'll go to the quote screen. This is the summary quote or customer quote, and it's showing here the D20, it is 108 lineal meters, and giving the weight and the price, and similarly the R10 is 156 lineal meters. All these reports are customizable. This one happens to have the price. Now that quantity is based on the optimization report, which shows an optimization of all the rebar. Going to page 2. Here's the R10 that comes from a stock length of 6 meters. There are 26 of them. Going to the production report. Here is the bars in the production report. Item number 1 is tag 105. Those are the bent steel that we've done, which is 800 by 5267. Notice the length of 6 meters. It has been cut and lapped with another rebar down here to match on that footing number 1. Also note we have the item number 8, tag number 107, which is the Z or the Z bars. It's a D20. There's A, that is at 920 long with a 90 bend down. Then B is 120, and then C is 920 again. Similarly the stirrup, and there are 52 stirrups and the total length is 2030. Then we have an area report. This shows the rebar in area 1, which can be sent to site. There's area 2, we go to page 2, and there's the rebar in area 4. Returning to the plan view, we can see that in less than 15 minutes we have estimated this footing, including a complete costing. Additionally, we have tagged the drawing and created a shop drawing and a site drawing. With the 3D model, we have confidence that our estimate and our drawings are correct.